Good morning, I'm Craig DeGrelli. It's Friday, March 21st, 2025, and these are your Unbiased Updates. President Trump issues an executive order to shut down the Department of Education, blaming it for America's struggling academic performance, reaction, and what to expect from Congress. Also, paralyzing power outage. One of the world's busiest airports is shut down this morning, stranding hundreds of thousands of passengers. The fire that forced the closure of Heathrow in London and how long the travel disruptions might last.
From the Straight Arrow News Studio, bringing the stories that matter to you from across the United States and around the world, these are today's Unbiased Updates.
This morning, it's official. President Donald Trump has begun the process of closing the Department of Education, quote, once and for all. He wants to return authority of education to the states and local communities. Straight Arrow News reporter Kaylee Carey lays out the terms of his new executive order.
Today we take a very historic action that was 45 years in the making.
The order initiates the process of shuttering the department and directs Education Secretary Linda McMahon to make preparations to transfer its essential services to other government departments. But as Straight Arrow News recently reported, Trump cannot close the federal agency on his own because congressional approval is required.
And it sounds strange, doesn't it? Department of Education, we're going to eliminate it. And everybody knows it's right. And the Democrats know it's right. And I hope they're going to be voting for it because ultimately it may come before them. But everybody knows it's right.
The order directs McMahon to take all necessary steps to facilitate the closure of the Department of Education and return education authority to the states, while continuing to ensure the effective and uninterrupted delivery of services, programs, and benefits on which Americans rely. Congress would need 60 votes to break a filibuster in the Senate, where GOP lawmakers currently hold 53 seats to eliminate the agency. Senate Democrats, however, have shown no sign they'll support abolishing the agency. Democratic Senator Patty Murray said in a statement, Trump and Musk are taking a wrecking ball to the Department of Education and firing half of its staff. Murray promised to fight what she dubs Trump and Musk slash and burn campaign. The Trump administration cannot dismantle the department through executive action, but can slash staffing and cut what it deems inefficient programs. Even before its signing, the order was challenged by a group of Democratic state attorneys general in a lawsuit meant to block the administration from closing the department and suspend layoffs to nearly half of the agency's staff, announced last week. Critics of the plan, including the NAACP, condemned the order in a statement. The organization's president saying this is a dark day for millions of American children who depend on federal funding for a quality education, including those in poor and rural communities who voted for Trump. The Trump administration argues the department has failed students, parents, and teachers, and said it has spent more than $3 trillion since its inception in 1979 without improving student test scores.
That was our Kaylee Carey reporting. She mentioned how the Department of Education has spent $3 trillion since 1979, $268 billion of that last year alone. So where exactly does that money go? Straight Arrow News business correspondent Simone Del Rosario broke it down. You can find that report on our website, san.com. A federal judge says the Justice Department's response to his demand for more information about deportation flights that were carried out under a wartime law known as the Alien Enemies Act was woefully insufficient. In a 3-page ruling, U.S. District Judge James Boasberg said the government, quote, again evaded its obligations to provide the information he had been demanding for days about the timing of last Saturday's flights. President Trump had invoked the rarely used law to deport suspected illegal immigrants that the administration claims are members of the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua. The president has deemed the gang a foreign terrorist organization. In an emergency hearing last Saturday, Boasberg directed all deportation flights being carried out under the Alien Enemies Act immediately return to the United States. However, 2 flights still landed in Honduras and El Salvador within hours of the judge's order. The Trump administration's response on Thursday said cabinet secretaries are still weighing whether to invoke what is called state secrets privilege in regards to the flights. That allows the head of an executive department to refuse to produce evidence in a court case on the grounds that the evidence is secret information that would harm national security if made public. The judge is now giving the government until Tuesday to prove the failure to return the undocumented migrants to the United States did not violate his temporary restraining order. The government must also decide by then whether to invoke state secrets privilege. A federal judge has temporarily blocked the Department of Government Efficiency from accessing millions of Americans' personal data stored by the Social Security Administration in the Trump administration's attempt to root out fraud and abuse. U.S. District Judge Ellen Hollander's decision came following a lawsuit filed last month by a group of unions challenging DOGE's access to SSA records. The order, issued Thursday, bars the DOGE team from accessing personally identifiable information. The judge called it a fishing expedition. The 137-page ruling also directs Elon Musk and DOGE to delete from their possession all non-anonymized personal data and bars them from having access to SSA computers or code. Judge Hollander's order did grant DOGE members access to anonymized information from the agency, meaning information that does not identify anybody in particular. There is developing news out of London this morning that is having a ripple effect worldwide. London's Heathrow Airport is closed and will be all of Friday. Hundreds of flights are canceled, and those cancellations are expected to last into the weekend. A fire at an electrical substation nearby caused a major power outage at the airport, as well as thousands of homes and businesses nearby. The London Fire Brigade says the fire is now under control, but the effects on travel have already been widespread. More than 100 flights were in the air when the power outage occurred. Some had to turn around, others diverted. The airport released a statement saying, "To maintain the safety of our passengers and colleagues, we have no choice but to close Heathrow. We expect significant disruption over the coming days, and passengers should not travel to the airport under any circumstances until the airport reopens." Heathrow is one of the world's busiest airports for international travel. It currently averages more than 200,000 passengers per day. The social media platform X is suing the government in India, saying the country's IT ministry has unlawfully expanded its censorship powers. In its lawsuit, the platform, run by Elon Musk, alleges the expansion allows for easier removal of online content and empowers countless government officials to execute such orders. The move marks an escalation in an ongoing legal dispute between X and India Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government over how New Delhi orders content to be taken down. X argues the ministry is asking other departments to use a government website, which was launched by the Ministry of Home Affairs last year, to issue content blocking orders and mandate social media companies to join the website too. Finally this morning, buy now, pay later for your lunch. DoorDash is teaming up with Klarna to offer a new payment option. The online delivery platform says in the coming months, it will offer customers the ability to finance purchases with the company Klarna. DoorDash says Klarna's delayed payment system can be applied to everything from groceries and fast food to electronics. Klarna gives users the ability to pay in full at checkout, split payments into 4 equal interest-free installments, or defer to payment dates that align with payday schedules. Did you get all that, or was it above your pay grade? Those are your unbiased updates for this Friday. We'll see you back here on Monday. For all of us here at Straight Arrow News, I'm Craig DeGrelli. Have a great weekend.